school of people, which again, unrealistic, because we're all sinners. So imagine just a classroom of these people. So there's what, 30 people in a classroom? So there's 30 of these guys walking around with this unwavering faith, this faith that is steadfast, that you can count on. Like, listen, like, I failed the test, my mom is sick, I'm having some troubles with my girlfriend. You go to these people, and they got a direct line, because they're constant in their faith. Which, again, kind of unrealistic, because, who among us isn't a sinner, right? So just imagine one person. Just literally one person that you could always have that strong faith. That you could say, listen, dude, like, my mom and my dad are getting a divorce. My girlfriend broke up with me, and I don't know what the hell to do. I got to figure out what's going on in college. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want to study. And just imagine having that one person that's got that line to God. And imagine how someone would look at them. Imagine if that one person could be you. Imagine if somebody looked at you the way that someone would look at Christ, the way that someone would look and say, listen, he's got that faith. He's got the strength in his faith and the head knowledge to keep a direct line moving with God and to keep working at it constantly night and day and to keep him in the forefront of his thoughts all the time. Imagine if somebody looked at you like that. Imagine if somebody came to you and asked, dude, I need help. And you got your head on straight. You got Christ. You know what you're doing. You know what's going on because you're spending all this time in the Word. Now, luckily, we don't all have to have that constantly unwavering faith because God said, listen, I know y'all are imperfect. I know y'all sin all the time. So I'm going to send my Son. I'm going to send Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit down. I'm going to say, listen, go forward and do good. So much so that these people demand to kill you. And not just kill you, they torture and kill you and mock you and spit on you. And this is the same person that we were just looking at for help. This is the same person we were just looking at as that one guy you see in the hall, like, listen, anytime I got a problem, I go ask that guy because he's got his head on straight and he's got Christ in his thoughts. So that same guy, just for doing what he's doing, just for giving out that good advice and for helping people, is murdered and tortured at your expense. So I'd encourage us, like, obviously, we're about to go, but when y'all leave, I want y'all to go out, and as soon as you walk out the door, I want you to count how long it takes you to sin. Literally any sin, whether that's lusting in your mind, whether that's telling a lie, whether that's anything. I want you to count how long you can go without sinning. And then as soon as you do, because, Lord, I know I will, and I know because we're imperfect, I'm going to sin, y'all are going to sin. And I know it's going to happen today. It might happen in the next 10 minutes. It might happen in the next 5, it may happen in the next 30 seconds. But whatever time it is, you sit there and you think, wow, like, I did my best, and that only lasted me like 5 minutes maybe. So just be thankful that, listen, this guy that I was relying on, this man that went bravely into the lion's den, this man that came and died for me, this man that came and healed my people, this man that came and healed me and died for me and my sins, has been murdered and tortured so that I wouldn't have to go years and years and years fighting and just losing the battle constantly. So how do I keep my faith from being inconsistent? You try, you keep that line going, and you try to be as close to that man that's walking the halls that's got that constant straight line of faith as possible. But when you fail, and when you stutter, and when you fall, you be thankful that that man died and was tortured and was attacked and ridiculed and spit on your expense. So whenever that happens, whenever you leave, you keep that in mind and you try your hardest, because honestly, who among you doesn't want a friend like that? Like, I would love if I had a friend that was just always in the Word, always, anytime I had something to do, he's like, listen, I read this verse a couple weeks ago, I remembered it, here it is for you, because it sounds like you could need it right now. I would love a friend like that. I would love a girlfriend like that. I would love a spouse to be like that. And just, our goal is to be as close to that as possible. Because if you think about it, you are the only legitimate source of the Holy Spirit in the lives of those around you. Because Jesus, he's not here anymore. He will be. He'll be back. But when you think about it, you are the source of Christ in the lives of people around you. So be the best source you can be. Reflect him as much as possible, and whenever you stutter, keep in mind that it's okay, but that's no reason not to try. So I'm gonna have y'all break up into some small groups and talk about just how we can be that legitimate source of Christ in our friends' lives and our families' lives, and just what it means to have the kind of faith to go into a lion's den. So if y'all want to break up into groups of like 3 or 4, like literally 3 or 4 max, then I'll write some questions and then we can get back together and close up. Cool? Yep. All right. Thank you all. I'll go get that stuff together.
Nice.